Welcome to my Tech Talk, How Active Digital Learning Promotes Social Engagement. Well, I would like to address what social engagement is defined as. Social engagement is commonly used to refer to one's participation in the activities of a social group. And in education, the social group would be the teachers, right? We could say also student peers and even members of that school district and neighboring communities. The term has also been defined as the extent to which an individual participates in a broad range of social roles and relationships, and as the commitment of a member to stay in the group and interact with other members. So it could be said that students are members of a social group when we consider the classroom, school, and even community that they are a part of. I would say that the most essential goal in social engagement in education is to get students to interact with other members. Active technology, and I emphasize the word active because it's essential to choose technology that integrates higher order learning that requires and fosters collaboration, because collaboration is synonymous and necessary for social engagement. On the other hand, passive digital use in learning does not require, foster, or sustain social engagement because it does not require collaboration. For example, through passive use, students can independently watch a YouTube video or fill out a digital worksheet or Google Answers for an online quiz, and it would require zero interaction with peers, community members, or teachers. However, with active digital use, students would most likely collaborate with students through blogging, feedback, or interaction with the online community, or creating content in peer groups. Thus, it's somewhat of a given, after comparing the differences between active and passive digital learning, that technology promotes social engagement. But the essence is in the fact that because technology use is often student-centered, it allows for them to develop autonomy and control over their learning, as stated in the book Technology and the Curriculum. Therefore, social engagement becomes central in the use of technology because through the opportunity in which students are allowed to operate their own social participation, they can grow more in various social areas. For example, the book claims that overall levels of participation levels are heightened, communication between students and their teachers, peers, and community leaders are improved, and students experience a greater sense of connection with their instructors and peers even after school hours because they can communicate at home through technological means. So, because technology allows flipped learning strategies and technology is flexible to logistical needs, social communication becomes fluid and accessible to students. Not to mention is because communication and interaction is highly improved through technology that this empowers students, especially because we are using student-centered strategies to allow them to control their learning. The book also discusses how students are also able to establish and increase social presence that perhaps is difficult for them to achieve without technology. For example, some learning and blogging apps like Edmodo and Padlet allow students to upload pictures and write a personal biography. This would benefit students who have difficulty speaking in public, and it would help pre-introduce such students before they would have to vocalize themselves in the traditional classroom setting. It is evident that technology does not replace social interaction, but when implemented effectively by the teacher, it facilitates social interaction, thus social engagement. Ultimately, it is up to us, the teachers, to decide how to effectively implement approaches to social engagement into digital learning. If you can watch my presentation on intellectual engagement through technology, I explain how Bloom's taxonomy of higher order thinking should be applied into each digital lesson. This is the same for social engagement. If you incorporate the highest orders, which are evaluation, creation, synthesis, critical thinking, into your digital lessons, you are most likely achieving social engagement in your teaching. If you apply the lower orders of taxonomy, for example, memorization, knowledge building, and application in themselves, you are less likely to achieve social engagement in your lesson. But lastly, don't forget to make social engagement through digital learning enjoyable and fun, and to make it ethical. To make it ethical, we must employ media literacy standards, such as ethical media literacy, the ability for your students to be reflective, responsible media users, and to respect and understand different points of view, and to understand how the role of media is important in our culture. These are all skills that can be acquired through social engagement and vice versa.